Okay, hello, welcome back. I'm Savalian. I make videos about games, development, creativity, and in this one we're venturing over into the sort of creative process side of things as I do another video around my routine. And I got this idea from, I'm sure tons of people have done it. I got it specifically from Kate Kavanaugh, who is a writing YouTuber, and the headline is, I asked Chat GPT to make me a routine for the week, and I'm gonna do the routine and see how it goes. So I have the routine here on my phone, and I don't remember exactly the prompt I put in because I didn't copy that down, but I did copy down the exact response from ChatGPT. But I asked something like, can you give me a weekly schedule for someone who works a full-time job and then does game development, Twitch streaming, YouTube, and art on the side? And I must have worded it in a way that made game development the primary project, because it did put more time into game development than the other projects without me even asking it to do that. And then the first time it gave me a schedule, it assumed I work 9 to 5 when I typically work 8 to 4 most days. And then also it did have some overlap where it had scheduled two things at the same time. So what I did was say I actually work from 8 to 4 for my full-time job, and there's some overlap in the schedule, and it like apologized and gave me a new schedule. I asked for the schedule and it said, certainly, balancing multiple creative pursuits along with a full-time job can be challenging, but with effective time management and a well-structured schedule, it is possible to find a good balance. Here's a suggested weekly schedule for someone juggling work as an indie game developer, YouTuber, Twitch streamer, and artist. And then they put all these notes about how you should adjust it to achieve like work-life balance and for your personal needs and all that, blah, 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 blah. And then here is how it gave me the schedule. I don't know if you'll be able to see this if I hide my face. Basically, it didn't give me like Monday, tasks, Tuesday, tasks. It gave me like Monday to Friday, morning, full-time job, evening. Like it split it out into these kind of weird categories. And actually what I did, this is going to be fun to look at. I put everything in my passion planner as it was listed to me on the schedule. So this is what it looks like at the end. But I'm going to talk through each of the bullet points of what I'm going to be doing this week. So Monday to Friday, morning, 6:30 to 7 a.m. Wake up, freshen up, and have breakfast. Now, I am going to need to make some changes from the beginning for some of these because I didn't feel like just going back and forth with ChatGPT. I will need to add like pet care to this part of the routine, but we have 6:30 to 7, wake up, freshen up, eat breakfast. 7 to 7:30, morning exercise or meditation to energize the mind and body. And then it has just full-time job 8 to 4. It did not account for any commute time, but it did leave a 7:30 to 8 o'clock gap. It did that in a couple places where it left these gaps between different activities, which I think is a good thing because you just generally need transition time, buffer time. Evening, 4:30 to 5 p.m., short break and light snack. There's no dinner on this schedule. Maybe I just need a snack and that's it, I'm good. But what I'll probably do there is actually have dinner. And then Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, game development work. And it says here, focus on coding, designing, or creating assets for your game. So it actually specifies like what I should be doing. Tuesday and Thursday, after the game development work, which goes until 7, we have 7:30 to 9:30, so 2-hour blocks. YouTube recording and editing. Prepare and record content for your YouTube channel or edit and enhance previously recorded material. So it has specifically recording and editing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 to 9:30, artistic pursuits. Spend time on your artistic endeavors, whether it's traditional drawing, digital art, or any other form of creative expression. So it kind of made some assumptions here, and it got pretty close. You know, I do digital art, and that is sort of the artistic stuff I was talking about when I made the prompt. And then Tuesday and Thursday, so this is gonna have to change for sure. 10 p.m. to midnight Twitch streaming. Interact with your Twitch community and stream gameplay or creative content. So obviously I don't stream from 10 to midnight. I would not get enough sleep to wake up at 6:30 if I did that. So we're gonna be shuffling around some of these like YouTube and art blocks with the Twitch streaming block so that I'm not changing my Twitch schedule for a little challenge, and I'm also not staying up till midnight as like a rule. Friday, 7:30 to 9:30. Video editing and content planning. Edit videos for YouTube, plan upcoming content, and schedule uploads for the following week. So it's kind of changed a little bit. So Tuesday, Thursday were for recording and editing, and then Friday is for, I think they are kind of implying publishing here with the scheduling uploads, but this is more for finishing up the content and posting it, which I thought was interesting that it split those two things out. Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 10 a.m., wake up, breakfast, and plan your day, which I thought, my day's planned. You planned it for me. I don't need time to plan my day. Weekend work, 10 to, not midnight, goodness, 10 a.m. to noon, game development. Spend focused time on more intricate aspects of game development, play testing, or designing new levels. Noon to 1, lunch break and relaxation. And then it splits out Saturday and Sunday differently in the afternoon. On Saturday, from 1 to 4 p.m., YouTube and Twitch engagement. Now this is interesting because Twitch doesn't really have offline engagement the way YouTube does, but it says respond to comments, engage with your audience on social media, and participate in community events. So I guess it's assuming I'm, you know, hyping things up on like, well, not Twitter, because Twitter doesn't exist anymore. Instagram, Threads, whatever. But that's 1 to 4 on Saturday will probably be, I'll probably shift either one of the art, the scheduled art segments to Saturday to fill that spot so I could fit a stream during the week where it belongs, but I'll see how I plan to do that. And then Sunday, 1 to 3, this was interesting, skill improvement. Use this time to learn new techniques, software, or tools relative to your creative pursuits. Game development, video editing, art software, etc. So we've actually got a spot in this schedule for like sharpening the axe kind of things, like preparing for new opportunities, new endeavors, learning new skills. And I like that. I think that's really cool. I should be doing this. I don't know if I'll have the energy to do this on a Sunday afternoon after working from sunup to sundown every day of the week, but I'll give it a shot. And then evening on weekends, 4 to 6, personal time. Take time off to relax, spend time with friends or family, or indulge in hobbies outside of your creative works. Like maybe I'm knitting or reading or spending time with family, things like that. So I'll try to stick to the spirit of the schedule and do something along those lines from 4 to 6, even though that is dinner time. Again, there's no mention of dinner on here. There's breakfast and lunch, but no dinner on any of these days. And then night, relaxation and winding down. Enjoy leisure activities like reading, watching a movie, or playing games to unwind before bed. So there's from 8 to 10 at night. On the weekends only are when I get to relax and play games, apparently, according to Chat GPT. And then it mentions at the end, again, be sure to make any necessary adjustments to suit your preferences and energy levels. Remember, taking breaks and maintaining a healthy work-life balance are essential for long-term productivity and well-being. So I like that it included that. That's the schedule. I thought that was interesting because I wish I could remember what she had asked for specifically, but when Kate Kavanaugh got a schedule from an AI bot, I think it was Chat GPT, I don't remember, it had all this crazy stuff in it, like eat 10 chocolate chips for breakfast and then write from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. or something. It was really wild. And I'm wondering if, I have a couple theories on why it was so different. One, the simple answer is just that she did hers a while ago. I don't think it was actually that long, maybe a few months. And then the AI must have changed since then, gotten a little smarter. That's my first guess. My second guess is maybe writing routines are weird, and she almost certainly asked for a writing routine specifically. And we're always sharing these really wild writing routines, like Haruki Murakami like runs a 10K every day and swims a mile or something, and gets up at 5 a.m. and is done writing by noon, and it's all very extreme because we find the writing schedules that are very extreme more interesting, so they're shared and they're talked about, and then all of that data presumably was fed into this AI model. And while I think there are definitely some weird like developer daily life routines, I think there's probably a lot fewer in the extremes. So that's my second guess of maybe writing is just seen as weirder by the AI bots, and all the content around routines is a lot more extreme. I think this one's gonna be fine. I don't think I could have committed to getting up at like 3 a.m. and eating a bunch of chocolate chips. I think I'd probably die if I did that. But I will try to link her video if I remember and go find it, because it was really funny. And she's a trooper for sticking it out with some of these crazy challenges that she does. But instead, mine is gonna be crazy in a different way, because like, as you can see, until the weekends, so I've put blue as kind of personal time here, or meals. So I have blue for breakfast, and then my my light snack in the afternoon, and then I will eat lunch. I'll just, it goes in the full-time job block. But it had scheduled like two-hour segments every weekday, and then also on the weekends I have these 2-hour blocks, and then my like semi-constructive blocks after that. So I'm gonna be working a lot, and I'm not gonna have a lot of extra time. I was gonna say I'll probably do like some reading and a workout in the afternoon, but it wants me to work out in the morning, so maybe I won't do that. Maybe a little walk. I like to take a break in the afternoons from work. It's a packed schedule, and it has me waking up pretty early. I'll go over the changes I'm making to some of these work blocks before I start. Today is the Sunday before I'm officially kicking off this routine, and I've been getting up early to catch Animal Crossing bugs. I'm nervous, I'm excited. I think I'm gonna learn a lot about sort of my limits on how much I can work in a week, and I'm gonna be really careful not to burn myself out. It is just for a week, and then after that I'll be able to take a step back and see, like, is this way too much? Is this something I could conceivably do for short periods of time, like a month or maybe just a quarter? Or is it just bad in every way? I just thought it would be silly and fun, and here we go. Okay, Monday morning, it's 6:30. I woke up a little after 6 and took care of the animals. And next, I am not going to make coffee and have breakfast. I'm going to do a workout. Crowley's gonna chug some water. And I have this, I always have this like tuft of hair on the side that just like poofs out. But I'm gonna do just a little workout, nothing crazy on this first day, just a little walk, shower off, get dressed, and then have breakfast, start my day. And the first part of the routine is pretty boring. I just need to do my job, and since it didn't tell me to do any work during that time, like on my lunch or anything, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna chill at lunch and get into the hard work after work, which I think is gonna suck a little bit, but we're gonna try it anyway. I'm pretty tired. I'm not as tired as I expected. I think because I have been waking up kind of early to play Animal Crossing, But I am pretty tired. I'm a little croaky, but I think I'm in a good place time-wise to stick to the schedule so far. Okay, hello. It is about 8 o'clock, almost exactly. I did my workout, I showered, I did not wash my hair. I'll probably wash my hair tomorrow. But I feel really nice and refreshed, which I usually, if you follow my vlogs, if you know my routine, I do usually work out and shower in the afternoons around like 2 or 3 p.m. So doing it in the morning first thing is kind of nice. I have this like cozy feeling from being fresh and clean and warm, and my blood's kind of moving. I'm a little bit more awake, though I still definitely feel, mostly in the eyes, I feel very tired. It's not so much like I'm not drowsy, I just feel my body feels a little tired. So that I'm wondering if a week will be enough to sort of fall into this newer routine or not. We'll find out. But the plan, as I went over for the day, is to just do my work. Pretty normal, 8 to about 4 is when I work. The next step after working all day, around 4 p.m., I'll stop. I will have to get the cats fed, get dinner figured out, and then get immediately into game work for 2 hours. And then I believe after that is art for the day. But I still need to shuffle around. I might do that during lunch. I need to shuffle around my stream slots, because if you remember this, the AI put them just sort of scattered around in like the late night and I need them to be at the times that they go. That's basically the plan, and I'm just gonna eat my breakfast, which consists of 2 lemon Oreos and some Huel and a Monster Energy. So I'm gonna eat that, get to work, have a chill lunch today, not gonna try and get too much work done on lunch, and then I will check in the evening. Okay, just talking through the changes I've made to keep my 3 Twitch streams where they belong is that all of these moved up. So I have Twitch from 7 to 9, or 9:30 about. And then this I've moved here. So there was a Twitch block on Saturday. I don't stream on Saturdays, so I moved it here. I moved this YouTube to today, and then I've also decided, instead of doing 2 and 2 blocks, I'm gonna do an hour and a half on some of these days. So it's just a little bit more feasible. I'm not doing work literally all night. So today will be development work for 2 hours, art for an hour and a half, and then YouTube work for an hour and a half. Same morning schedule every day this week. Tomorrow, dev, and then Twitch. Nothing down here. And then Wednesday, dev, Twitch again. This art is moving to Friday. Thursday, dev, Twitch. And then this is moving to Saturday. And then Friday, dev, YouTube, art. So this was a half Twitch, half YouTube block according to Chat GPT. But I'm just going to need to shift. So I'm still doing editing here. Crowley, what? Go lay down. So I'm still doing editing here, but then the posting and content planning happens here, which honestly is when I did this already. So the only real change is the weekday, just start to finish, work all day, with a tiny break after streams, because I didn't fill this last block like I did with these other days. But hopefully I can make it through this pretty packed week and see how it feels. Something fun could be if I go back to Chat GPT and say, hey, look, I tried this schedule and here's what didn't work. Can you make me a new one? And I just keep asking robots to plan my whole life forever and profit. maybe. Okay, good morning. It's Tuesday now, and it is, again, exactly 8 o'clock, which is interesting because I used to not do any exercise or shower in the morning. I would just take care of the animals, make some breakfast, sit down, and that would be about 8 o'clock as well. So I guess getting up just like a little bit earlier is really giving me time to do a lot more in the morning. I am pretty tired, and again, I feel it mostly in my eyes. So I don't know. I've been trying to go to bed early-ish. It hasn't worked super well. I can usually be in bed before 11 or around 11, but I can't just fall asleep like immediately. I need to check the Fitbit. I'll check it now. Oh no. Yesterday I got 5 hours and 44 minutes of sleep, and today I got 6 hours and 13 minutes of sleep. So, not good. But then again, last week I got an average of 6.5 hours, so it's not much worse. So that's a not good thing about this routine. But the good thing is, I got a lot of work done yesterday. I did run into a stupid issue with Unity. For my art segment of the night, I decided to try and make a little like UI frame, like a 9-sliced UI frame. But I can't get the UI toolkit 9 slicing to work. I don't know, maybe I need to scale the image differently and that's the only way to do it, but there is a property called Unity Slice Scale that should scale the slices so that the frame doesn't fill up the whole space, but that is not working. The corners are like enormous and I can't make them look smaller and like fit in the space. I don't know. I probably got some footage of that, but I did my art, my drawing for the frame, but then I did spend a bunch of extra time fiddling with trying to get it to show up in Unity, which I thought would be a quick thing, and it turned out not to be a quick thing because it wasn't working. But I did, for my game stuff, I mostly did some updating of some packages I'm using. I updated my version of Unity. I made it so that the summoning menu does not show and hide anymore. I used to have, when you click on a tile, it brings up the menu, you summon something and then it leaves. But with this random shop, I really want them to be able to see it all the time. But because it was based on that clicking and selecting sort of pattern, summon something without clicking a tile first, it would just not go anywhere. So I had to do some tweaking around that. It's mostly working. I still need to add some sort of visual indication of when they have a space selected so that they know they can summon something, because right now it looks the same all the time. That's a thing I may work on today, because I've just remembered I'm working on my game 2 hours every day, which is so much. It's so much. I'm tired just thinking about it. I'm tired just thinking, in general. But so day 1, pretty good. I did end up working for like 12 hours total yesterday, which is probably not sustainable, but it's what the AI wants. So I'm sitting down to eat breakfast. Gosh, I am the the physical tiredness is hitting me so hard right now. I think looking up how much I slept last night was a mistake because now I know how tired I should feel. Today is a stream day, so it will just be that 2-hour block of game dev after work, and then my normal stream at the normal time. And we're playing Pikmin again! I love Pikmin so much! I'm very excited. Okay, but I need to stop rambling and get to work. Alright, it's lunchtime. I'm feeling a little weird. I think I've got some eye strain going on. Or maybe a headache forming? I'm not really sure. Something here is definitely weird. But as per my schedule, I'm just gonna play a game or something, eat my lunch, enjoy some YouTube videos. I'm not gonna try to get any work done during lunch because that's not what Chat GPT told me to do. They told me to just do my job all day, which includes lunch. I guess they weren't specific. Tuesday evening, gonna get started on game dev work. It is a little early, it's about 4:45, but I'm gonna have to take a break to get dinner. So, starting a little early, I'm gonna take a little break, and then I'm pretty much gonna have to work until my stream actively starts. On these days, there's not really much of a buffer because I need this time to take care of the cats, transition from work to, home, but I'm sticking to the schedule as best as I can. I figured out the weird UI issue with Unity. Well, I figured it out by upgrading again and again and again and again until it worked. I'm not actually sure what I'm gonna work on. I need to open up the game project, which I've just done, and have a look and formulate a very quick plan. But here we go. I have some regrets because I'm incredibly exhausted. I'm so tired and my eyes still feel weird. I believe it was anxiety that initially made me feel kind of weird. It's happened before where I get sensitive to light and also like this eye tension. In fact, I still kind of feel it. If you didn't know, I learned this as an adult having my first anxiety attack. But your body can feel anxiety even if your brain doesn't know why you're anxious. And I think that's what's happening today, because mentally I feel fine. I'm pretty tired though, and I just don't quite feel right, and I'm guessing that it's anxiety. But I still managed to get a lot of game work done, as tired as I am. The only problem is I'm feeling pretty wiped out for stream. I'm so sleepy, and I'm worried that my eyes are going to get strained looking at a screen for just all day really. So I'm going to give it my all, do my best. I'm still really excited to play some more Pikmin 4, but I definitely think we're pushing up against those limits that my weak human body has, so gonna see how it goes. Alright, it's Wednesday somehow. I can't really believe how quickly the week is going, but I'm encountering a problem with the routine, which is that I'm so tired. And also, kind of a greater routine problem, not just for this one, but I found that by starting my day so early and by making the time slots for the morning be kind of quick, all of that happening before 8 is not that easy. So like today, I didn't really have time to exercise at all. We're kind of going off book a little bit because I slept in till 6:20 instead of getting up at 6, and that was enough to just throw off the entire thing. So this is why early sort of specific morning routines have never really worked for me, because if I sleep in just a little bit, which happens a lot because I have trouble sleeping and getting enough sleep, it kind of throws the whole morning routine out the window. So I'm doing my best to stay on track, but I also don't really just want to be tired all the time. Like last night I was exhausted, and I didn't even do like a big workout yesterday morning. I like walked around the living room for a little bit, and that was my workout. The Chat GPT did say I could do meditation instead, or stretching, I think was also listed, but it's been rough. But the nice thing is that my game work has been going really well, especially since I've got this like long time period. I've found that instead of getting one little thing done and just stopping, I'm like, okay, I've got 30 minutes left. What can I work on now? So I'm coming up with things that need to get done, and I'm actually doing them instead of like, oh, well, I checked that off my list. I can stop working now, which is kind of what I would do before when doing game work without this somewhat rigid time schedule. I'll admit it is not ideal in like a work-life balance situation, but we're halfway through the work week, and I have kind of like pros and cons for the Chat GPT schedule. But right now it is 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get to work. I'm sitting here in the dark because I just feel so tired. I don't want to turn the lights on yet. I do have this window, which is the only reason you can like see me right now. But yeah, I'll get to work, I'll have some lunch, and then after work, of course, we will get back into game work. I think I'll be working on the shop leveling. I sort of started on it last night, but I didn't have enough time to get it done. But actually making it so the shop generates levels for all of the units, and they're kind of distributed in a specific way according to like weighting. I'm gonna get to work now. Okay, I don't know if I look as bad as I feel, but I'm not feeling very good. My head is hurting a lot, and it's only 6, and I still need to do another hour of game dev and then stream for 2 hours. And I am not sure I'm gonna make it. I think what I'll do is chug a bunch of water, take an ibuprofen, try to push through the rest of this game dev, and just see how I'm feeling. I think Pikmin will cheer me up a little bit, so maybe that will help, but I might have to just stream in the dark again. Streaming in the dark with my camera off helped with a headache before. Maybe it'll work again, I don't know, but I'm really trying to stick to this plan. I did get some good work done on my game. I got the weighted unit, what do you call it? The shop level, right. So based on the shop level, I think I put like a 75% chance of units of the same level as the shop, and then there's like a 20% chance one level higher, and then a lower chance one level higher than that. However the math works out, I forget exactly what I set the values to. Now I'm just going through making sure the unit costs are scaling appropriately. My arm is getting a little tired. I should have put my camera on the tripod. But I also need to get the unit stats scaling appropriately with level and actually displaying in the unit details, which is something I haven't done yet. Right now it just has placeholder numbers. So I'm going to try and get that done before stream. And then I need to actually make it so you can level up the shop. Because right now the re-rolling works, but you can't actually level it up. The buttons don't do anything. So I have a lot to do, plenty to do, and now I just need to focus somehow. I'm going to drink that water, I'm going to have that ibuprofen, and hopefully it will cure me. Okay, another day that I've woken up exhausted. Crowley's drinking water and eating food, apparently. But I just couldn't get up, so it's 7:10 now. I still have to feed the cats. And I'm just gonna sit down at my desk and eat breakfast afterward. I'm not even gonna try to exercise today because I'm incredibly tired. I'll need to check on... He's just chowing down. I'll need to check on my Fitbit and see how many hours of sleep I actually got, but I was in bed around 10:30, and then my body didn't want to get out of bed until 6:40. 40 minutes late. So this remains to be the one sticking point of this routine, that I just can't get up on time. Okay, I'm checking in. Today was a little bit of a wash between waking up late, not exercising in the morning, and then we went out to get Taco Bell for dinner after work, so I didn't have time to do 2 hours of game dev. We spent probably 45 minutes just going out and back, and then I had to eat, and it was a little bit messy, kind of hard to do dev at the same time. So I got like 30 minutes in, and that's just gonna have to be good. So today kind of not exactly on routine, but in the long run, that's how routines usually go. You usually have a day or two here and there that just don't go to plan, and it's okay. So, getting ready for stream. I'm going to be streaming Played Up with Veritsky and C2 tonight, which it was a little bit of a surprise. I was going to play Played Up, but I didn't know we were going to do co-op, and I'm excited. But I have to get ready because it's almost time. And I will leave them linked in the description so you can check them out too. They're two lovely people, and I'm very excited to play with them. Okay, on with the night. Oh my gosh, the floors.
I know.
Here, I'll do a scrubbing. I'll just try to focus on places we actually walk though.
Dude, I would have absolutely failed on my own out there.
Would it help? Is there anywhere we could put a plant that makes them more patient? Okay, it's Friday. Last day of the week, and the last day where I will be sort of working from sun up to sundown, according to the Chat GPT schedule. I got up around 6 on time, but instead of doing exercise this morning, I made an executive decision and I filmed a video because a new Played Up update came out yesterday. I love talking about and playing the new Played Up updates, and this one's kind of timely because it's connected with a sale, and I wanted to just promote a game that I love and love to play and talk about it and play it and experience it. So I busted that out, and I'll need to edit it at lunch to get it up today, which is not usually something I do. I don't usually get videos out the same day I film them because it's a lot of work and I don't have a lot of time to edit videos, but I think this one's going to be a pretty easy edit. And it shouldn't interfere with many of my other like Chat GPT assigned tasks, because I should be able to do it at lunch and get it done. And then, of course, after work, we will need to do that 2 hours of game dev as usual. And then I forget what I scheduled afterward. Oh, I had YouTube work afterward anyway, which I do have more YouTube work that I need to do that I could do in that time block. Or I could do art, which I believe I added a little tiny art block at the end of Friday on the schedule, because I was scooching it over from a stream day. But I'll have to see how the evening goes and whether or not I feel like I have more in me to give to YouTube, because I think I do need to do some editing and some like voiceover scripting and recording. So we'll see if I feel like doing that after doing it all day basically in my little snippets of free time. But I'm feeling good. Fridays are usually pretty chill for work. I don't have any meetings. We have a Focus Friday policy where you're not really supposed to schedule meetings for Fridays, so people can focus on their work. And so I'm just getting in. It's about 8:10. I went a little late on my video recording, but it's not too bad. So I'm gonna get right into work, finish my coffee for breakfast, and I will check back in a little bit later. Okay, hello. It's Friday afternoon, evening. It's almost 6 p.m. I've been working on my game. Also, sorry if there's Marionberries in my teeth. We got milkshakes, Marionberry milkshakes from local fast food restaurant Burgerville. It's about 6. I've been working on game work since about 5:30, so it hasn't been the full time. And I think I will cut it a little bit short. I'm feeling pretty burned out, if I'm honest. Today I did my work. I also just like busted out a plate-up video, and I'm just pretty tired mentally and physically. So I'm gonna do about another hour of game work, draw a picture. I have an idea for what I want to draw for my art this week, and I'm very excited about it. That's it. After that, I'm going to just chill. And then, of course, the Saturday routine is I wake up a bit later. I think the wake up time for Saturday is 9. I'll probably wake up early because I am bad at sleeping. So the plan is to wake up at 9, spend until 10 getting ready for the day, do 2 hours of game work, I believe, and then there's a little lunch break and some more work in the afternoon. And because that work was YouTube work, I'm unsure if I will actually do YouTube work since I got my video out for the week already, or I may decide to do something else. We'll see. But right now I'm gonna continue working on my game. I realized I broke something that made it so that whenever you summoned a critter, there was this like eruption of light, like they were an angel from heaven, which is pretty funny. Graphic bugs are usually pretty funny. I fixed that. It was just a shader parameter was getting set incorrectly. And now I'm trying to work on the stats, but the stats are this whole complicated thing. It's pretty slow going, and I just don't have a lot of brain power, so I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna get done today. But I'm pushing through it. I've got my headphones on. I'm watching a little drawfee video while I work, and I'm gonna do my best. Happy Friday! Okay, good morning. My hair has been doing some really weird stuff this week, but we're just gonna go with it. It's Saturday. It's about 9 in the morning. It's like 8:50 technically. I've taken the dog out and I need to feed the cats. And now according to my Chat GPT schedule, from 9 a.m. to 10, I'm waking up. So I'm gonna go feed the cats, get some breakfast, and then I might do some plate-up. I can't remember if I mentioned it, but instead of doing anything else last night, I just did my art piece. I'll put it up on screen. I made a little scene from me and Veritsky and C2's plate-up run, inspired by Shitty Watercolors, who has done a lot of these very similar little things of people playing plate-up and like little details, and I just had a lot of fun and everyone loved it and it made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. But I'm very proud of that, and I spent my entire night doing it basically. And now, where was I? I got so distracted. I get 1 hour until 10 to wake up. After that, I'm scheduled to do 2 hours of game dev. Don't really want to, but I'm gonna try and stick to the schedule. And then I also have a Palia closed beta key that I could use. I haven't seen any gameplay of Palia yet. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to play it because I don't really have time in my life to play another MMO. But a couple friends are playing or thinking of playing, and so I figured, what the heck, I'll sign up. And then they sent me the key yesterday, so I might bust that out today. But according to the schedule, I have 2 hours of game dev, an hour for lunch and relaxation or something, and then I have technically 2 more hours of what initially ChatGPT gave me was YouTube/Twitch engagement, which meant like responding to comments, promoting stuff. I don't necessarily have that much to do, so I could either edit, this video or another video, or I could just not do anything and play games instead, which is what I might do. Honestly, I'm so ready for a break. This schedule has been grueling, and I don't know, I think this is just the reality of trying to do so much on top of a full-time job, because if I wanted to change the schedule, which, I have in the past, I've made up routines and I've decided like I'm gonna do this much on this day, and it doesn't usually work because it is so intense. You're doing a lot of thinking, a lot of creative work, you're tired a lot, but that might just be how it is unless I can trim some things. So I'm gonna go feed the cats and have breakfast. I'm gonna wake up until 10 and then I'm going to get into some more game work. I got almost nothing done during my game dev session because I got just distracted, unfocused. I did like the world's, whoops, let me grab this. I did the world's tiniest bit of brainstorming for how I want to handle incorporating the new stats into different actions. I thought I needed to refactor the AI a little bit, but actually it might be fine how it is. I thought more things were happening individually for each unit, but I believe I do have like one deal damage function that I can use for everything, so I should actually be fine to just incorporate the attack damage stat in one place. But I just couldn't focus. I have a lot of different pieces of code to tie together with this one, and it's Saturday and I feel like playing games. So it's now noon. I need to feed the cats, have some lunch, and afterward I might just play some games because I got my YouTube work done yesterday at lunch, so I kind of just shifted it a little bit on the schedule, and I think that's gonna be fine. Whew. I tried though. I tried really hard to focus and it just wasn't happening. So we'll see. I think I'm just tired from a week of working fairly hard every day without really taking very many breaks. So this is my break, I think. This is officially the end of the vlog, I think, because it's Sunday morning. I got up around 9, which is actually according to Chat GPT's schedule. I fed the cats, took the dog out, fed my bird, and made some coffee, and it's now 10:30 because I also got a jury summons. And I had to deal with that, and I had to send the thing that says I got it. It's not till the end of August, but I want to say I'm happy to do, you know, my civic duty, but I'm not. I'll do it, and I probably won't be happy about it, but I don't have to worry about that for a little bit. But I can already tell today I am not really in the headspace to do any hard work. I think, and I was thinking about this morning, I really think that the Chat GPT schedule could be really nice if I just shortened all of the work blocks a little bit so that there's a little bit more free time in between things on weekdays, because weekdays were really just wake up, work out, do my job, work some more, go to sleep. And that's really tough to do. Like, there's a reason people don't do that, and it's because it's very draining. And I think doing that most days this week, with the exception of like Thursday where I went out to get dinner and didn't have that much time before stream, it just wore me down. But today I think I'm gonna play some Plate Up. I tried to play Palia yesterday. I got a closed beta key, but the servers were like really unstable from what other people were saying, so I just didn't even try. I might try that again today. It depends on, you know, I don't expect them to fix their servers over the weekend. Just because I'm a developer, I wouldn't want to do that on the weekend. They probably are trying, because this is like their beta, their launch, they're trying to make it work, but I'm not expecting much over the weekend, so I'll probably try sometime next week maybe. But Plate Up works, and the bakery update is still really good. I tried turbo mode with coffee as a main yesterday, and that was really fun as well. But I'm ready for a chill day. I think I've earned it. And we're gonna close up the vlog here. So thank you so much for watching. In the end, I think it was like a mostly reasonable schedule. It was a little bit intense, but I was asking a lot. You know, I had a lot of projects that I wanted to work on, and Chat GPT did its best to put me to work. But like I said, there were a couple things I had to change because of my pre-existing streaming schedule. The work sessions were a little long, but all in all, not insane. Like, not a crazy schedule, in my opinion. Maybe you disagree. What do you think? I'm very curious to double check Kate Kavanaugh's video, see what she typed in, if she has it on there, and maybe I can get something a little bit crazier. But for now, I'm really happy with the work I got done this week. My game has been progressing daily, and it's really nice to see progress like that you can measure day by day instead of like month by month, which is usually how side project games go for me, just because I'm so busy. But it's been really nice, and I think I will try to do not the full Chat GPT schedule, but maybe I'll try like a trimmed down version next week and see if that goes a little bit better. But for now, I'm Savalian. I make videos about games, development, and creativity. Don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be back soon with another video, and I hope to see you there. Okay, bye bye.